And hello everybody, welcome on in to the Overwatch Clash Season 6 Week 7 matchup between the Oblivious Owls and the Lancelot Lancers. Both these teams hoping to start off our kind of Thursday night absolute extravaganza off of the strong start. We still have 4 matches after this game is done tonight, 8:30 and 2 at 9 respectively. We are going to be doing a bit of a conglomerate stream here on the main channel where we'll have 4 personal POVs. So you can kind of come here for all the action. There will be no commentary. There will just be kind of the Peers 2 playing in the background, but should be a good time regardless. Hopefully you all are here and having a great night so far. It's just going to be me on the cast right now, but honestly looking forward to this game quite a bit because both these teams kind of off to a bit of a rough start of their season. Not even a rough start anymore. It's kind of just a downtrodden year, but hey, one win can boost you back up with how close playoffs are at the end of the year. These wins are very important, so we'll have to see who can come out on top between the Owls and the Lancers. Both teams having... Actually, no, there's going to be no ringers for the Owls that they had one. I apologize. We do have Panini coming in for Paige on the ringer for the Lucio for the Lancelot Lancers. Nathan, of course, surviving Hurricane Milton and coming into play. You will not have me on the quintuple cast because sadly I have to play in one of the 4 games, so I'll obviously I'll mute in Discord and I'll just cast while I'm playing my game. You know, I got the hyper focus, so no, it'll be technically be a Boon ESPN overtime, but no Booney. So we're just ESPN now. Oh my goodness gracious! Invictus starts off with a dome to the noggin of Red Cactus, taking the Tracer out of the fight. Quick Susan Immortality Field. Arc Chain, both 4 cooldowns are rated and doing something. But right now, Speed Ring, Boy is kind of hanging back. Now I'm going to go too far here. I mean, we do Panini going down early, so it's an exchange, and we're going to have Red Cactus back to the fight. So it's 4-on-5 advantage for the Oblivious Owls. As Boy going on aggressively here with the shot, but Invictus once again takes on Red Cactus. A Tracer not doing too much here so far in the series, as Invictus is dinking heads here on his Signature Cassidy. But Clockwise and Koneko trying to equalize. Panini comes back to the fight. It's an absolute brawl on this point right now. Flip-Flop and Koneko just trying to keep each other alive on this point, but still in favor of Lancelot Lancer. Flip-Flop 1 HP will retreat. Dongwagger Panini giving chase up on that high ground. But still nothing in terms of advantage here for either side. Just 35% for Lancelot Lancer building up. Ultimate's pretty much nowhere to be found, as it has just been an absolute slobber knocker on point. Nobody finding a real advantage in any of these fights. So it's a very slow methodical push. The TP is forced out of Koneko right now. Riley just holding up in this doorway. Panini with the amp. They are going to take down Clockwise. Red Cactus low over in the side room as well, forced to recall. But down your Echoes will be very tough for the Oblivious Owls to try to take this back. As Flip-Flop just trying to keep the team alive, but Invictus once again popping off. Poi on the flank in this enemy spawn, but Invictus with 2 headshots from the Peacemaker will end that fight, and the wall pin combo there from Dong Waggler and Rusty Goomba looking very nice right now. And finally, I think we have a solid fight victory here for the Lancelot Lancers, and they're going to stagger up Koneko here as well on the side. Down your... I mean, they're going to be down the Kiriko here. 80% for the Lancelot Lancers building very quickly. Rusty Goomba has Shatter, hiding her on this corner, waiting for anybody to poke their head around. But just the Orbital Ray online for Flip-Flop to try to take this back. Clockwise close to the duplicate here, but 5 ults basically. Oh, the bit of an unfortunate wall comes out. There's Red Cactus opens things up with a kill over on Nathan through his window. The solo Shatter on to the Kiriko. Can they find this kill? They can, but they've already lost 2 in the process. A lot of ults being built up in this fight here for the Oblivious Owls, and they're finding the picks off of that. Lancelot Lancer using 4 ultimates and losing in that fight. Definitely not good, but they do have 99% and building up for that. They are going to be walking into a High Noon and an Kitsune Rush. They will have Blizzard, but I'm guessing they're probably going to go quick here, try to force out these ultimates, potentially try to get out the High Noon, or even better, the Kitsune Rush, and hold on to Dong Waggler's Blizzard for the next fight, potentially the map, or the point taker here. But just playing slowly on the stairs is going to be the Oblivious Owls. Clockwise up in the air, gets some nice friendly hellos from Invictus, from his Peacemaker, but will drop down. Poi first to go down though, so that could be the go button. Clockwise on bit of a flank here, forces out the Immortality Field. Red Cactus with the High Noon, try to take some space back for his team. Immortality Field will expire here. Rusty Goomba goes around that corner, cannot get taken down because of the shield. The wall not going to land though from Dong Waggler, but the Icicles will. And with 3 quick kills, Nathan will just be bit of a prize here as Boy does come back on the Doomfist for a desperation touch, but Clockwise only there the wall from Dongwegler takes it down almost immediately. Still has his Blizzard, and Clockwise tried to hold on to the stats and not try to touch the points. And yeah, unfortunately, Elko, I'm not super committed to the quad cast while I'm playing. I do play tank, so it's not a very you know, mental intensive role, but I gotta lock in or else I get 30 lashings from Neptune. Very unfortunate. But a very good start here for the Lancelot Lancers, looking good and comfortable on this Ryan composition. Of course, they have the ringer for Page for Panini, but honestly, not seeming to miss any beats there with the advantages with the speed amps and everything. And is Nathan gonna stick on the Moira here? I doubt that. We'll probably go back towards that Baptiste after. Nope, we're going with Moira. Not sure why he switched things up here going to this point, but maybe the high ground control pretty good with that, you know, little bit of a phase maneuver. Poi is playing cringe and going on to the Arisa, but the pin's gonna land him. Poi takes a lot of damage, but does get healed right back up with the help of that jab spin. A Rat Cactus down the Cassidy. Be a lot of damage gone. Fortify gonna block in that charge, but just stucks Kaneko right in Rustaguma's hammer swing area. And a quick fight victory right now for the Lancers with the Moira. New look for them, but still looking dominant. And no swaps right now for the Oblivious Owls. Tricking with the Clockwise gonna go back over on towards this Mei off the Genji. We'll try to get some more value from the Wolf, but Dongwegler's been hitting some pretty nice ones so far this map. Of course, Dongwegler probably known most for his Mei play. That's looking very solid on it so far. High ground control for the Lancelot Lancers. Oblivious Owls just kind of poking and prodding with Clockwise and Ret Cactus taking different angles here. Poi will walk over on towards the point. Javelin not gonna land anything, flying low, but the wall will ice it Rusty Gooba for now. But Dongwegler comes back in, Invictus takes the head off of Clockwise. It's looking like a pretty dominant fight victory once again for the Lancelot Lancers as Rusty Gooba goes aggressive into the backline, finding two. And now has Shatter, and Nathan's doing touch and spawn doors challenge. Oblivious Owls not looking to get any easier. Walking in the ultimates here, walking into a Coalescence, a High Noon, and a Shatter. You have nothing on your side except for flip-flops over to Ray, potentially building up mid-fight here, 5% away from that one. So maybe play a bit slow and wait for that to build up. The Javelin is used by Poi. Will hit Nathan, but we'll get right back up. Still just a very slow approach right now for the Oblivious Owls. Instead, opting into this kind of early position, but the charge in from Rusty Goom with a massive 5-man shatter of 4K. Dongwegler steals the 5th. What a play from Rusty Goomba, putting on in, waiting out the fortify from Poi and landing the fat shatter, hits all 5 members of the Owls on their backs. And right now, Dongwegler is going for a bit of a tough spawn hold with Nathan. Still has the Coalescence, still has the High Noon. And just the Overward Array for flip-flop for this next engage. Very rough look right now for this Owls. Ret Cactus over on this off angle with the help of flip-flop Overward Array. Invictus with this High Noon. We'll try to find a pick or two potentially. Does get a lot of zoning out. But the damage is coming in heavily for Oblivious Owls as the beat is not going to hit Invictus. But the 1-point exchange on DPS. Clockwise is down. High Noon from Ret Cactus trying to get a kill if they will. But Boy going down will make it pretty rough here. Kaneko isolated on point. Has the rally. Will pop that up. Trying to stun Nathan. But has the fade away. Dongwegler there for the assist. Rusty Gooba walking down to Brigitte. And cannot get away from the damage. Clockwise close to this Blizzard. They can get back towards the point. But it's just Rusty Gooba taking names and taking heads. As finds another kill, and flip-flop will sadly go down. Poi back on the Doomfist, but it is a 1v5. We'll find one on Nathan, but the Blizzard from Clockwise coming in, but doesn't get anybody. There's not in range of that. The block from Clockwise will just earn a couple more seconds for the squad as Invictus and Panini clean up the final 2 touchers. And that will be the Lancelot Lancers taking Oasis in a fairly dominant fashion. Oblivious Owls having a rough start against this Ryan comes in from Rusty Goomba. And let's see this shatter play. I need to see this, my guys. This is going to go ballistic. EJ better clip this. Just with the pin on in, the quick flip around. Just caught with their pants down. The Oblivious Owls really had nothing going from that fight. And Dongwegler, of course, stealing the 5K. Very unfortunate. Bad teammate. Make sure to report him in the chat. But with that being said, map 1 going the way of the Lancers. We'll go to a quick break, but do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Overwatch Clash will continue after this.
Yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah, for sure. But I'm not gonna be a purist and be like, oh yeah, I'm gay because I'm so nice to them or whatever.
Do you understand?
And welcome on back, everybody, to the Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 6 Week 7 matchup between the Oblivious Owls and Lancelot Lancers. Right now, Lancers have a very commanding lead in the series, 1-0. Pretty dominant away, so now going on to Hollywood, being the choice of the Oblivious Owls. I don't know if the rank comp can really work here, but now you're probably opting into a Rusty Goomba Whistling look, which is also another very good look for the Lancers here. So, off to a good start right now. Trying to get the second win on the season. Of course, with Owls trying to get there first. So, quite the matchup here between these two teams. Just trying to turn things around in their season. And Lancers up to the challenge so far. Oblivious Owls seem not have too many answers. But they go over onto Hollywood. And Apoy gets to play his Diva. Which, of course, Diva, after the recent changes to her, not quite as strong. But still a very good tank to play. Especially if you're trying to shut down potentially some DPS from Invictus. But I would not be surprised if they come on the composition. Rusty Goomba might not stick on the ball, maybe go to a Diva of his own, but a heavy dive look for both these teams. Really, the only difference between them is going to be the tanks as well as the Juno versus the Brigitte. And honestly, I kind of like the Juno, or I like the Brigitte a lot more here. For the dive, will keep Nathan alive a lot easier than potentially Flip-Flop can Kaneko. Rusty Goomba is taking over onto this Wrecking Ball, though. Goes in through the alleyway, puts some pressure on Red Cactus. Red Cactus does get the peel from Poi. Rusty Goomba body block, but a two-man anti-nade from Kaneko lands, forces the Lance to play a bit slower here as the Owls re-kick positioning over in this choker. Rusty Goomba on this high ground with the slam onto point, but Poi is there with the peel. Clockwise and Flip-Flop falling extremely low, and Invictus on the pincer. They are going to find Kaneko as well up on this high ground by their lonesome. And both supports 1 HP. Kaneko still 1. And Invictus comes in the back. Invictus with a third of this fight. Coming through that cafe. Taking his Grande to go here. Has 68% to that Pulse Bomb. This could be an easy fight victory once again for the Lancers. Recall force out Red Cactus, but in a really tough position here. Just trying to touch point as long as he can, but will go down. And Nathan hitting the shot on the Ana. And right now, the Lens look in control of this series, playing the Wrecking Ball into the Diva. Not always an easy task for Rusty Goomba, making it work so far. High ground control right now for Poi and the Blues Alpha. Rusty Goomba just going around the back here, looking for the spawn camp. Red Cactus there to get him with that one. The slam over into the support line, but Flip-Flop is there for the peel. Keeps Rusty Goomba off of Kaneko for now. Donglegger trying to take down Poi's mech. Poi's mech 1 HP, but Flip-Flop once again with the healing just in time. Kaneko isolated though. The anti-lens over on Rusty Goomba. They do get the punish. So the Ana, but a self-sustain coming out right there. Now Nathan trying to do the same as Poi goes on the aggression here. Red Cax has Pulse, so I'm sure he decided to lift it out here. Looks like he will put it right in the middle. He splits the Red Sea and misses all 4 members. Nathan opting to use this Nano Boost over onto Panini, but they've already lost Dongwaggler. So potentially an order investment here from the Lancers as Panini just trying to stay alive. Rosuba has returned, so it's a 4-on-5 on this point on the Diva. Invictus and Red Cactus having a bit of a battle over onto the side. The cart does continue to move here as high ground is still controlled by the Owls, but we're glad to take that. Poi jumps into the backline here, has the self-destruct, can go very aggressive here. Clockwise flying low, gets followed by Invictus once again on this Tracer, looking very clean so far. Lighting up the kill feed, has Pulse Bomb. Not going to find anything with that one. Both players not hitting their Pulse Bombs, but the kills are coming for the Lancers. Eventually we'll exchange over on the support line here. Flip-Flop and Red Cactus trying to bring it back. For Oblivious Owls, Flip-Flop down, Invictus, it's just going to be Poi on the point, has self-destruct, but will probably save it. Goes up in the high ground, does find Dawnglaive and go get this Mega over on the side. So it's a 2-on-1, and now Clockwise return to the fray. It's a 2-on-2 over in this Mega, and the Owls might just have held. With a great play from Poi, taking control of the high ground once again. Still has a self-destruct. Just trying to fight off Rusty Goober for now. Kaneko close to a Nano Boost. Big ult advantage right now for Oblivious Owls on the defense. Recall 4-star early from both Tracers. Red Cactus falling low. High ground kind of flipped here as Oblivious Owls look to try to retake it with Poi. Red Cactus marking Vision over on towards this Mega side. Rusty Goober diving on in onto the Ana. Does force him off the high ground. Poi once again exchanging on this dive. It's a very slow, methodical dive from both these teams right now. Kaneko in a tough position. Misses the sleep on Rusty Goober, but an anti will land. The duplicate from Dawnglaive over onto the Diva. So double Diva, and now we have double Ana. Double Ana. We have Clockwise on duplicate Ana trying to get a kill. Panini will fall. Full supports now for the Lancelot Lancers. Not able to sustain through that double dive with the Ana duplicate from Clockwise. And Vicious will find Kaneko with this Pulse Bomb, and just very staggered fights going on from all sides of the map. Bomb is forced from Rusty Goober, but does no longer have that. Poi still has his bomb. And now 4 ultimates for the Oblivious Owls as this fight continues to go on. I want the Lancers to get a bit of a regroup here, because they're just staggering out, trying to find these kills, and it's just such a prolonged fight. They've lost most of their time back now. And now Rusty Goober alone in the backline, falling low, 1 HP, will lose it on that mech. Now Poi sees that as the go button. Goes deep on this high ground here, and Vicious trying to push the card any way he possibly can, but Clockwise has a nice stickies over on to Nathan. Nathan 1 HP, make that 0. And this fight is still going. They just haven't really regrouped yet, and it's cost them so much time. Finally, the kills are here. Dawnglaive will find Clockwise if he's the only one. Rusty Goober with the remech. Panini gonna get stopped. And now Rusty Goober might get staggered here once again. Back in this mech, doesn't have bomb. Just trying to get out with his own life here as much damage as possibly can, but lose on the mech. And now down Rusty Goober's mech. The stagger on the baby will be massive, and the Oblivious Owls have a huge advantage right now. Was once a staggering time bank for Lancelot Lancers has just dwindled away to almost nothing here. 2 minutes in the time bank right now. Both support almost ready to go for them. We're looking at 5 ultimates for the Oblivious Owls, ready to pop at any time. Probably going to open up with the Nano over on towards Poi, or potentially even just an orbital array right down main. Dawnglaive and Vicious making some big swaps here. No more Tracer from Vicious going over on the casting. Dawnglaive opts off of the Echo onto the Reaper. Trying to put some more pressure over, but Rusty Goober's going to eat the Pulse Bomb, so a good start right now. Flip-flop flying low as well. 2 ultimates, and the only kills in the kill feed right now are for the Lancers until I say that. 2 quick responses for the Owls, and Panini in a tough position here. Has used the rally, falling low. Nano over on towards Poi. And despite the early picks for the Lancers, they are once again sent back towards spawn. Clockwise going deep here with the duplicate on the Brigitte, trying to build up a rally. Will get it just in time, but that probably just gets them out with their life. And 5 ults. Now it looks to be 1. Poi has not used self-destruct yet, I believe, this entire map. As Nathan will have the Nano Boost, really only open ready to go. 1 anti-victim there on Rusty Goober. Poi flying low, just trying to survive as long as possible as they can. Kaneko just pumping this Diva full. Still hasn't knocked out on this mech. Poi somehow is keeping on to this mech for as long as possible can. Nathan gonna get dived on in the backline here by Red Cactus, but Invictus takes his dome off with a headshot. Anti-nade from Nathan. Not gonna find anything there, but right now Rusty Goober needs the healing over on towards the point. The cart finally begins to move once again. Poi comes in deep. Invictus has the high note, but they just used it for the reload there. The high ground still in control of Oblivious Owls right now, but Clockwise 1 HP. Big anti though, 3-man anti onto Kaneko. Nathan goes down. Can anybody touch the cart? Yes, they can. 0.42 meters remaining. Now we're in overtime. It's an even fight. 3-on-3 on towards this point. Rusty Goober has the bomb. Those opt to use it, but spawn bench could be huge right now for the Oblivious Owls. Poi falling low, has to use the bomb here. The Red Cash use the pulse bomb. Will find Invictus, but Poi can't get the remake. Red Cash trying to clutch out on the point. 1v2, but it is a Diva and a Brigitte. Very tough for a Tracer to do, and finally the Oblivious Owls are sent backing onto point C. But a good defense from then the Lancers. Just trying to take any advantage here on the spawns kills from the supports, but Kaneko will hit the sleep, forces the Diva back. Dawnglaive off the Reaper back over onto his Mei, and they were able to hold on to both support ultimates for the Lancers, and no ultimates to speak of for the Oblivious Owls right now. Red Cac trying to get a bit sneaky in the back line, potentially force one of those 4 ultimates out here by just poking and prodding through the Mega Room. Divas looking at each other up on the side ground. Invictus cracking his neck to see anything up there, but they're hiding inside this room. But the cart has continued to move this entire time. We're over halfway through point C, and no real point pressure has been given right now by the Oblivious Owls. Panini flying low, but instantly healed right up. Nano over on towards Invictus as both support almost ready to go. Clockwise first to fall. Poi trying to get out with their mech here. Nano thrown over onto the Diva, dives over onto Panini's Brigitte and takes that one out. Invictus 1 HP. Speed ring engaged for Poi in the backline. Eats a nade, eats a sleep with 1 DM. And they will stabilize eventually here on the defense, being the Owls. And some desperation swaps for the Lancers trying to get back for a touch. Roasting will get out with his mech. Invictus back on this Tracer. Flip-flop trying to mark this Tracer, but we'll get the touch. Maybe looking for a bit of a C9, but looks like he will be able to recall out. But Poi finding Panini and Invictus anteed up on the point. Poi cleaning him up with those long-range shotguns. Clockwise has the dupe over on to the May, but there is no contesters from the Lancers, and they will have to settle for about 2 points and 72 meters on Hollywood, which, after how point A looked, you'll definitely take that after the Oblivious Owls looking very good on that point B defense especially, but the Lancers just kind of refusing to really regroup and take a good fight as a team, opting instead to drain 3 minutes off their time bank. But they do get the job done, basically, almost the end of point C. But a very winnable spot right now for the Oblivious Owls, especially if you can, make point B look as good as it did on your defense. See if there's any adaptation for either side here. I'm guessing the defense will look a lot different for the Oblivious Owls in their attack. Thinking maybe an Ashe for Invictus, maybe. I got absolutely trolled. They're going back to this Ryan look for the defense that would look so good on Oasis Garden. And you can't really blame them. Again, it looked very, very good, very clean. But it's a very different setup right now on Hollywood compared to Oasis. If Poi plays something like a Diva, maybe even a Winston, could be pretty tough to keep the supports alive in that cafe. And Domlager's walls might not get as much value, but he has made me eat my words in the past. I'm making this May work on weird situations, so I will hold judgment until I see it. And Kaneko opting no longer to play the Ana, going over on to the Kiriko. Really only adaptation for the Oblivious Owls going on their attack. A little more aggro play there from them. Can TP in with Poi on the Diva. See how Poi decides to play this into a Ryan composition. Where they decide to go. He's playing slowly right down main here. Red Catch will go around towards that cafe and get that flank angle going pretty early here. Poi gets up underneath him here. We'll look for a bit of a drive-by. That's a nice one. Knocks both DPS off this high ground. But Rustic was still up there, able to swing his hammers. Rakaz was also in the cafe, ready to meet that alley-oop, but really no damage there on Invictus and Dom Wegler, where there's simply too much healing from the Moira. The dive in once again for Poi, reclaims the high ground. Now high ground is in control of the Owls, but they've already lost 2, just trying to rotate through this choke, and now the Brawl gonna look to walk him on down, as Poi will be the only one to get with his own life here. A good slow play there from the Lancelot Lancer. They get knocked off the high ground by Poi's mech, by his boosters. It's just Rusty and Nathan left up there, but Panini gets up with the wall ride and then Domwigger with the wall. So able to reclaim that high ground fairly quickly and fairly efficiently. And now Poi looks going to do the same thing once again, potentially on this low ground. But Invictus has a silence. A nice one. Does find knock Rusty Gooba down. Red Cactus forced to recall in cafe. Now in a really tough position in the middle of the whole enemy team. But Clockwise once again first to fall. Invictus is 1 HP, but gets healed right back up by Nathan, and now advantage for the Lancers as it's 4-on-5 for their defense, and a very split approach for the Owls, trying to just outflank this brawl, but Rusting about walking down supports. There's no healing for Nathan or for Poi, as right now Invictus going back up on this high ground. 1-5 Clockwise once again trying to take the Echo out of the sky, and it looks like they will do just that. High noon from Invictus on the high ground, finding Kaneko. The Colossus will eventually clean up this fight for the Lancers, and had used the Orbit Array there from Flip Flop. They do have some ultimates coming back for the Owls for the attack, but now 2 minutes left in the time bank on point A, walking into a Blizzard, into a beat. Will be pretty rough for them this next fight. They can get one of those ultimates out. It's definitely doable, but down both support ultimates, not looking too hot for them on this fight specifically, unless Redcast can land a massive pulse bomb. Looks like Poi will put some pressure back over on towards this point. Redcast up in the server room. But Poi losing that mech, has to use self-destruct just to stay in this fight. Wall from Dawnwagger blocks off the support sightline from the team. And Red Cactus is just kind of stuck with no D.Va, nowhere it can really go. Panini's in a tough position though. Panini will get taken down. Bit of over-aggression there from the Cassidy. The pin from Rusty Goomba, not going to find anything except a Pulse Bomb. And now falling very low, close to a shatter here, but just trying to stay alive. Nathan pumping the healing. Kusina rushed up, charging onto Poi. It's very winnable for either side here. The shatter still will find Kaneko, the High Noon as well. Clockwise using the duplicate, but it is just him and Luza on that very quickly. It is still anybody's fight right now. Numbers are heavily in advantage of the Lancers as now Clockwise will get staggered in the Mega Room over off to the side. And Poi Redcast will have to retreat back to spawn for one more really fight here. But they're only going to have Orbit Array middle of it. Calls from Nathan. They go very aggressively, being the Lancelot Lancers, into the Owls. And once again, it's high ground controlled by the Lancers, just trying to force out some cooldowns from the dive to get him off. Or right from Flip Flop, 50% away. She's trying to build that as quick as possible. Cam Poi taking a poke and prod. Trying to get Flip Flop some of the skilling, but Rusty Goomba is holding the shield. Not allowing any damage coming through, but Clockwise will swap over on the Genji. We'll find Invictus, so good start for the Owls. The pin in from Rusty Goomba. Not going to find too much there. Nathan pops his Coalescence here. Poi flying on. Nathan dies mid Coalescence cast. Over to Ray with insurance for the Owls as Panini eventually will go down. And that will be point A going the way of the Owls bar a miracle. Well, it looks like that will not happen. And a great opening pick from Clockwise on the Genji to kind of usurp that ult disadvantage they have coming in. They will have a chance of going over on towards point B. We'll see if there's any swaps right now for the Lancelot Lancers. Yes, Rusty Goomba will go back over onto the Winston, and Don Wigger will opt to the Tracer. No more Ryan Brawl here. And I don't assume Nathan will probably stick on the Moira for too much longer. Probably gives it one more fight and swaps to potentially an Ana or Juno Kiriko, something of himself. So if you're the Owls, you got to kind of press the go key. They're in a really awkward competition right now, being the Lancelot Lancers, because they had to swap kind of in those spawns on point B. But right now, Red Cat is taking a lot of damage from the lead of Invictus, just pumping. But Invictus once again, first to fall Clockwise on this Genji, shutting down Invictus on this Cassidy. Looking very good right now. Rusty Goomba as well, opts up in the high ground. The dodges the pulse bomb with the bubble. But high ground now in full control. Oblivious Owls' Poi is set up and anchored. Dawnwagger 1 HP. Clockwise trying to get that kill recall force from Dawnwagger. Dawnwagger stays alive here, could be big. Trying to get that mini. Looks like he will do just that, get healed up by Nathan. And instead the Tracer to fall is going to be Red Cactus. Deflect out from Clockwise, has the blade. Should have decided to opt into it, but now pretty split fight. Down Red Cactus. Poi just trying to get something done, but bomb out from Poi. We'll find Panini. Panini's in a rough position, but Rusty Goomba has found both supports on the dive on the Winston. And Vicious finally gets some revenge. I mean, Poi's getting a lot of kills here, getting a lot of damage done over on towards the Lancers of their defense. They might not be able to hold quite as well. Poi will eventually lose out on that mech, but will be a pretty sizable advantage for the rest of his teammates coming in. Rusty Goomba like 1 HP. Clockwise still has his blade. But looks like the Owls kind of waiting for D.Va to return. Kind of the same situation that the Lancers were on their attack. Cart kind of stuck about halfway into point B. Invictus playing way far behind now, not going to look into Clockwise. Panini still has this beat here for the blade. A big speed ring combo comes in, but the beat is going to land just in time. Bit of an awkward dash there from Clockwise, runs into the box. And Panini's beat will keep the team alive. Flip-flop down, cannot use their Overt Array. And now the Owls have to reset. They might even have time to do so. As Nathan with the Coalescence trying to melt down the remaining members. Clockwise will fall. Poi just trying to stay alive as long as fast as he can. 10 seconds left on the time bank. Does he have another touch? Doesn't look like he does. Does find Dawnwagger and will get the touch. So Poi will lose the mech for that. But got the advantage for his team. And Vicious with the high noon. Rusty goes back into the spawn room with the Primal Rage. And Red Cactus only wanted to touch here. Flip-flops Order Ray trying to come in. Pulse Bomb. Finds nothing from Red Cactus. And this looks like another map victory for Lancelot Lancers. The adaptation's looking good. And the Owls once again searching for answers, as they have now fallen down 2-0 in this season, or in this series, and looking 0-7 in the face. Do a Poi with that replay of the game. We saw this live actually on the stream. Don't worry, I caught that. Press producer NA. Yep, now that being said, we'll go to a quick map break. Do the Owls have the reverse sweep up that sleeve to get their first win of the season? You have to find out. Do not go anywhere. Overwatch Clash continues after a short break.
These beats are the purest.
And welcome on back, everybody, to the Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 6 Week 7 matchup between Lancelot Lancers and the Oblivious Owls. Owls trying to avoid the sweep to fall to 0-7, while Lance looking for a second win on the year. And we do have some swaps coming in for the Oblivious Owl, or for the Lancelot Lancers, apologies. They have to swap and Simply Dino for that playtime requirement. So Nathan moves over on towards tank, Simply Dino into support. And so Rusty go back over onto the bench. But of course, this tank, you go from Rusty Gooba tank to Nathan tank. You won't complain. You still look very good. And I played yesterday on this team actually for Ringer, and Simply Dino played very well. So this comp just as strong as the previous one for Lancelot Lancers, and the Oblivious Owls got to make some big changes that potentially brings back a reverse sweep or even just win a map. At this point, take some pride home. We're going to have the Ramatra versus the Junker Queen. Of course, Nathan, one of the more prominent Ramatras in the league, especially from his time on the Rotterdam Red Pandas. And Bitches is falling pretty low here. The dive from Clockwise. comes in with the help of Red Cactus over on towards the side. And 3 quick kills. Nathan's trying to stay alive as long as possible can, but Blue's Owls looking very good on that pincer on point A clockwise on the Genji. It lights up the kill feed. And a good start right now for the Blues Owls. I say that we're on towards Invictus. Gets that Cassidy out of the way. Panini came back for the peel. Red Cactus there for the pincer. So a good initial play from them on this point. No swaps from the Lancers just yet. Going to walk on, try to force out Red Cactus over on the side angle. Invictus taking some massive damage from a knife, but will stabilize before the really fight begins to break out. The Ampin from Panini gets met with a shout. Now clockwise did dash in, couldn't get the reset on Dongwagger, had the ice block in time. The speed advantage right now is here for Poi, has the shout ready to go. The slow nanoswarm, a nice Suzu from Kaneko trying to keep Poi alive, but they will not do as Nathan, despite losing Panini. A very good fight from the Lancers. It's just Red Cactus trying to get as much percentage over on towards the point as possibly can. 88%. Basically to the last fight territory. But no ults invested from either team just yet. And a big advantage for the Lancers in that regard, having High Noon, having the Casino Rush. They could flip this back from 9-2 to 0. But we will have a lot building up for the Blues Owls in the middle of the fight here. Red Cactus, clockwise, and flip-flop close to their ultimate. Poi will probably have his as well. If they think it's Annihilation, could be a massive turn of events for the Lancers. Knife over on towards the Dong Waggler. Does force out a block pretty early here. And now Vision pulled back by the knife. Clockwise finds the kill with a 3-man blade from Clockwise. Make that 4, and now Nathan's trying to stay alive. They don't give him the 4th. And that will be point A going the way of the Blues Owls. A great clutch blade from Clockwise on his signature Genji. They're very clean. You also got the Casino Rush. You got the High Noon out from the Lancelot Lancers. You did use 3 ults of your own, but Kaneko, 1 HP, has Suzu, but also has Casino Rush for his fight to really open up here. Red Cactus might look too aggressive here with his Pulsum as well. Has all of his pulses ready to go, or all of his blinks ready to go. Another Casino Rush into the team. A big stick though. Not sure who that landed on specifically, but a lot of ults from the Lancers. They will get the first cap here, but you do get beat Blizzard and Annihilation out. I'd say 3 fight-winning ultimates in exchange for Pulse Bomb and Casino Rush. Definitely a great exchange for Blues Owls on this point. Also, I need to see why. Okay, there we go. Apologies on the graphics, but now they're fixed. I mean, as of right now, just both teams slowly approaching here. Nathan getting the poke advantage on the Ramatra. Just poking out Poi on the Junker Queen, not allowing him to get too close to restrain some of his resources. Red Cactus is set up on the Mega though, over on towards the side, so the Pincer King commence with Clockwise over on towards Invictus. Invictus appears to be the main target for them, and it's looking really good for them right now. Recall is forced out Red Cactus, but he's just been blinking around while his team is killing their main members of the Lancers over on towards the point. In fact, we'll find Simply Dino. Just Nathan over on this point has the form. We'll probably be able to get it down to about 8%, but doesn't opt to use the block. Just tries to get towards that Annihilation once again. But no ultimates used for the Blues Owls as they flip the point for free. With just a nice engage with their cooldowns. Lancers will have some ults ready to go, about 6% to all of them. So if they can prolong this fight, they'll have a pretty good chance of potentially flipping it back and take us to a 1-1 on Sarabasa. But Clockwise has a blade once again. If they can get nearly as much value as they did last time, it'd be great for the Owls and potentially a cheap fight. Over to Ray out from flip flop, diving over onto Invictus. Invictus is once again falling Clockwise with the reset. Finding Simply Dino and Dongwagger. Trying to get a 4th here. Clockwise. Just the over to Ray for the Blues Owls. And they're looking great on this new look with the Genji. Lancers will have one more touch though. They do have Panini with the speed boost, and they will have 5 ults ready to go. They could invest quite heavily here and take a point. Gets up to the 1-1 scoreline. Just trying to avoid the potential of having to reverse sweep over on towards Flashpoint, which is always tough. But Red Cactus has the Pulse Bomb once again. If he can land this. Blizzard hits over on towards Poi. He does get out. So Blizzard doesn't do too much of a find space, but Nathan goes on with the Nemesis form And the ultimates are landing for the Lancers, that they find all the kills they need to potentially take this point back and flip it. Only had to use 3 ultimates there. They still have Casino Rush, still have Annihilation. The Lewis Owls just opting to use the Pulse Bomb only there, not looking to use the Blade or the Rampage. Going to hold on for the next point. It looks like the Owls are going to give this one up. We are going to be now tied 1-1 on Suravasa. And a very good, very good flip there for the Lancelot Lancers. The point is right next to them, the one that is captured. Point presence is going to be taken by the Oblivious Owls right now, but high ground claimed by the Lancers. Still holding on a couple of ultimates for them for this engage, trying to opt and wait out the Blade potentially. But Clockwise, looking at his chops, a lot of them are very grouped up in there. If he can get one dash reset, might just be curtains on this fight for Clockwise. Longwagger chucking down those icicles, trying to get any pressure on the Genji. Force them out, but the Crusader Rush from Simply Dino open things up. Clockwise dash on in, has the Blade, and Vitch is trying to stay alive, but rolls right into the Blade. 2-man Blade, 3-man Blade from Clockwise. Clockwise once again coming up huge when his team needs it. Initial flip will go over the way of the Owls, and they only have to use Clockwise Blade there. It's a great economy move for the Owls. It will just be Nathan's Annihilation for the Lancers as well. So big ult advantage with the Rampage, with the Casino Rush for the Owls. And Vitch will swap over onto the Pharah. Off the Cassidy, stick again dove by Clockwise on the Genji, opting for controlling the skies against the hit scanless comp of the Owls. We'll see if the Owls decide to go aggressive on the core. Just ignore the Pharah in the sky. Wall is used. Not too much coming out of that one. Speed ring from Flip Flop is there. The pull of the knife. And the Rampage only finds one. Slides off the geometry. And now Nathan finds a big advantage. Pops the Annihilation with Poi gone. Just trying to fight Point for as long as I possibly can. Get to that last fight territory. You can see Invictus, the master of the Pharah character. That character has the recall, flip-flop. He can get a lot of damage out. They will get Simply Dino, but the point will go the way of the Lancers. Flip-flop. Going down, and Red Catcher trying to clutch one up. Has Pulse Bomb. Longwagger eventually gets the kill, but they made it costly. And now it could be a 3-on-3 on point. With both support ultimates ready to go. Yes, Kaneko decided to opt into this. Use the Casino Rush right down main and get Poi in there once again. Lancers opting to retreat. But Dongwaggler has the Blizzard. Suzu not going to hit Poi. The Suzu Casino Rush overrate cannot keep the Dark Queen alive. Panini has his beat. Could be quite the fumble from the Owls here if they cannot take this back. Clockwise once again trying to clutch for the team. Over on this Genji. Has the reflect. But the remaining 2 members of the Owls are opting to retreat. Trying to meet them here, those Invictus and Nathan. Can they get Clockwise? Yes, they can. The long range punches. And Kaneko having a TP and Suzu in. Nathan 1 HP, but getting healed up from Simply Dino. Recall force out of Red Cactus. They're going to have Casino Rush. They're going to have Annihilation for next fight. And this might just be a second point going the way of the Lancelot Lancers as the Owls look to be giving this one up. Yes, Poi maybe going for touch on the high ground, but 9899 just barely gets that one. Clockwise with another Blade, though, trying to miracle once again, but Annihilation from Nathan will shut that Blade down. Now the Pulse landing from Invictus as well. The ultimates are here for the Lancers, and so is the second point on Suravasa. Now we're going into map and match point for the Lancers. Take this and send the Owls down to 0-7. Red Cactus has the Pulse Bomb, Poi has the Rampage, and really no ultimate speak of for the Lancers, but you'll definitely take that because you have a point basically to give here for free. If you can just get some ultimates out, build some of your own, you can easily take our 5th and final point of Flashpoint. And Vitch is on the side, pelting Poi full of bullets, as well as a slow from Nathan. Stop the Queen from getting too much value on the engage here. She's going way behind. Poi touching spawn doors almost here. Has Rampage, forces a Suzu out, but comes back with the Rampage. It's a 2-man Rampage, but Clockwise falls. When they exchange that 1-for-1 on Panini, the Rampage eventually will dissipate. The anti gone. Advantage for the Lancers as Vitch decides to come back in here. Dawnlogger close to Blizzard should they need it. Well, Poi falling, I don't think they will. A free 15% or so gain for the Owls, but Okay, 19%. And now Clockwise just trying to reflect here, trying to stay long as I possibly can. Flip-flop flies over on the point, but she's not long for this world. And 30% for the Oblivious Owls right now as the Lancers look to move forward and basically build 5 ultimates here. They're close. They will have them all in the middle of the fight here. And Poi swapping onto the Winston. Not feeling Drink Queen anymore. Yeah, I'm not sure. The Winston might have some trouble existing in this composition. Panini comes in. Panini might get punished here. Has the amp away. Was able to build beat off of that. Engage. And now Poi just diving in. Has to use Bubble. And yet instantly taking down the Suzu from Kaneko. Just simply too late to save the Winston from getting frozen up. And the Lance is going to go aggressive here. Close towards that spawn. Trying to build some Budano's ultimate as well as Nathan's Annihilation. Just the support ultimates for the Owls going to be built here for his final fight territory. 70% on the final point potential for the Lancers. The dive in from Poi. Will force Invictus away but gets healed up. Rekash trying to get that final blow. Looks like they will not do that. And now is 9% last fight territory. Invictus with the pulse, but not going to do too much here. With flip-flop over Ray does not keep her alive. Invictus does not get the beat, but it doesn't look like they really need it. As Nathan pops Annihilation over on towards the point. Just melting over on towards the Winston. Poi just trying to survive in the middle of the Casino Rush here, but Kaneko can't keep him alive. Pulse will stick on a Nathan. But it's not going to do anything in this right of his block. Clockwise Blade cannot get the touch with the dash reset. And that will be a 3-0 for the Lancelot Lancers against the Oblivious Owls. Owls will continue to look for their first match win in the coming weeks. But Lens is looking very strong there. Taking their second win of the season. And with how a lot of the bottom teams are kind of playing in the playoff picture, the Lancers are definitely in a position to potentially sneak back into the playoffs and make some noise. But now, got to give ourselves a match MVP. It's very tough to give. A lot of the players in the Lens played very well, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it to Rusty Goomba because he had the funny shatter on Oasis and he played Reinhardt and Winston. So he's an honorable tank player, and I love myself some honorable tank players. So yeah, Rusty Goomba will get the player of the match. We'll not do an interview, but yep, congratulations once again to the Lancelot Lancers taking home that series in a sweep 3-0. And we thank you guys so much for watching as well. Starting in about 5 minutes, we will have the extravaganza going on. We have 4 matches getting played within the next hour, and we will have some form of a multi-stream going for the games that begin. So the games really begin at 8:30. We'll be hosting over on Wind MSU. We'll be hosting that channel as one of our players who do a personal POV stream of the Roosters and the Bobcats game. And once we hit 8:30 and the Stir Schnabotier and the Flunkytown Flaws begin, we will start the multi-stream on the main channel. So stay tuned for that. And, we hope to see you guys there for the absolute chaos that will be 4 games at once. But yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, have a great rest of your evening.